May I now invite Mrs.S.P. Malini, State Head, Smart Girl, BJS Karnataka. She has India for its annual National Excellence Award and Best Smart Girl Trainer. She currently works with BJS for their flagship program to empower girl child. She is a member of Interreligious Harmony movement and various other NGOs. Now, we will have a short video representing the Jain religion, followed by Ms. Malini's address. May I now invite Ms. S.P. Malini to address the forum. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, Sharonji. Ahimsa Parmo Dharmaha. Non-violence is the supreme dharma. Warm greetings from Bangalore to all the dignitaries present here, my fellow speakers, and all my dear brothers and sisters here. Thanks for this opportunity to participate in a webinar on one of the most relevant themes in today's time, celebrating Bharat, celebrating diversity. What can be more important than celebrating diversity if all of us are to live in peace and harmony, interwoven and interdependent, as His Excellency Father Felix mentioned. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, as Dr. Ananda Bose said. Speaking from the view of Jainism, the main religious premises of Jainism are ahimsa, non-violence, anekantavada, many-sidedness, aparigraha, non-attachment, and ascetism. The first three are most relevant for peace and harmony, be it globally, be it within our nation, Bharat, a land of many religions, languages, cultures, and much diversity, or even at the individual level. I'm sure you'll all agree. So even if you do not listen to the rest of my talk, I urge you to take away these three words for reflection. Ahimsa, anekantavada, and aparigraha. Being conscious of time, I shall very briefly touch upon only two of these, ahimsa and anekantavada. According to the Jain philosophy, violence refers primarily to enduring one's own self, our behavior, which inhibits our soul's own ability to attain moksha, liberation from the cycle of births and deaths, one of the main goals of Jainism. At the same time, it also means violence to others, because it is this tendency to harm others that ultimately harms one's own soul. Furthermore, The Jains extend the concept of ahimsa not only to humans, but to all animals, plants, microorganisms, and all beings having life or life potential. All life is sacred and everything has a right to live. According to Jainism, protection of life, also known as Abhaya Danam, is the supreme charity that a person can make. Some of the shining practical examples of ahimsa for world peace. What better than Gandhiji's freedom struggle, whether be it in Africa or for India's own freedom movement? Since childhood, Gandhiji was under the influence of Jainism and was exposed to the actual practice of non-violence, non-possession, anekantavada. The Jaina doctrines of relativity are a valuable contribution not just to Indian philosophy, but to the world thought. In the interest of time, I will only touch upon one of the three doctrines, anekantavada, the theory of relative pluralism or manifoldness, many paths to the truth, many sides to the truth. Anekanta, translated literally, means no one perspectivism. In other words, the multiplicity and relativity of views. Non absolutism is one of the basic principles of Jainism that encourages acceptance of relativism and pluralism. According to this doctrine, truth and reality are perceived differently from different points of views, and no single point of view is the complete truth. The principle teaches us how to realize truth in its varied aspects. Jaina doctrine states that objects have infinite modes of existence and qualities, so they cannot be completely grasped in all aspects and manifestations by this finite human perception. Anekantavada, literally the doctrine of non one sidedness or manifoldness, often translated as non absolutism, if really understood in depth, in true spirit, I think is can be one of the very important contributions towards not just world peace, not just individual peace, in interrelationships, whether be it in our community, in our country, but the entire world. Because it encourages us to consider the views and beliefs of our rivals, of our opposing parties. And proponents of Anekantavada apply this principle to religion and philosophy, reminding ourselves that any religion or philosophy, even Jainism, which clings too dogmatically to its own tenets, is committing an error based on its limited point of view. So, in this application, it resembles the Western principles of cultural and moral relativism. Now, the principle of Anekantavada also influenced Mahatma Gandhi's principle of religious tolerance, ahimsa, and satyagraha. This practice shows us how to remove our short sightedness, our selfishness, and our partial outlook. It shows us how to remove discord and disharmony and establish instead concord and harmony in life. The principle of Anekantavada should be applied to every field of life. It shows us how to respect candid opinions of all free thinkers of the world. If we had this, we wouldn't have been seeing the kind of situations we are seeing across the globe today, be it the Gaza Strip or recently, even currently in Afghanistan. Therefore, the roots of modern democracy can be traced in this Jaina principle, I would like to say. It clearly establishes unity in diversity. It promises reconciliation of divergent or conflicting statements, thoughts, ideologies, systems, religions, and more. Therefore, it can be a great instrument to peaceful coexistence and unity in the world, which is much needed in today's times. The concept of anekanta allows the Jains to accept the truth in other philosophies from their perspective, thus inculcating tolerance for other religions and other viewpoints. Thus, Jainism believes in in the right faith, right knowledge, right conduct, non injury, truthfulness, non stealing, celibacy, non adultery, non acquisition of wealth, appreciation, compassion, equanimity, forgiveness, humility, straightforwardness, purity of mind, control of the senses, mercy, as one of my mercy, compassion, as one of my co-speakers spoke about, renunciation, greedlessness, chastity, above all, respect for others' point of view. In short, Jainism has advocated for all the best virtues are required for peaceful and happy living for all the living beings, and also required for the liberation of the soul from the cycle of birth and death. In conclusion, being mindful of the time, in conclusion, parasparopagraho jivanam, the function of souls is to help one another. Can you imagine the heaven we can create on earth if we just followed this? Interfaith dialogue, intrafaith dialogue, both are important for peace, as my fellow panelist, Revered Isaac, just shared about. So, final goal of all religions is the same: peace and self-evolvement. Peace in the world around us, peace in our inner self. The paths may be different, but destination is the same. We are all one, united in oneness by the power of love, as our revered Father Martin shared just some time back. I would like to wrap up with Ahimsa Parmo Dharmaha. Thank you, Father Robbie. Thank you, Chavara Cultural Centre, Margaret, and others for this opportunity for participation. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you
The
so
wonderful concepts portrayed on ahimsa to mankind and all other living things on earth, highlighting the principles of Jainism. Truth alone triumphs. Thank you.